Okay. Hopefully that takes care of everything. Oh, where the hell was I? Shooting phase. Right. Right. Was gonna try to take out this harasser and was going to try to take out this Shadowhawk with shooting and then step on it if necessary. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Not great shots over here. Interestingly enough, pretty good shots on this Scorpion. I think I'd prefer to take that. Taking good shots over bad shots seems like a pretty no-brainer solution. And in fact, he's even at good range for the LRMs, so we might be able to take him out on some lucky crit proc. Although an LRM5, okay, I call an LRM5. Yeah, let me run through a quick discussion of what the hell I mean when I say crit proc. So for BattleTech, every time you land a shot on an area that is unarmored, you have a potential to do a critical damage to that area, which can knock out weapons, can knock out armatures, can knock out various things that the mech needs to operate. Over here, I built up a bunch of heat last turn. I can only really afford to bring it up. Well, I could do just a medium laser and SRM6, and that would bring me up to 16. That should be fine. And medium lasers and large lasers just do a large amount of damage, which helps melt through armor, but when they land on an unarmored space, they only get one roll to do a critical. Missile weapons, especially SRM weapons, can have their damage clustered. So, for example, an LRM 20, depending on how many missiles hit, those missiles will be clustered into hit groups of 5. So, like, for every 5 missiles, you roll to see where it hits. That means that on an LRM 20, you could get as many as 4 hits out. Since you're getting lots of lower damage hits, though each one of those hits has a chance to proc crits. SRMs are the master of this. You can hit for every number of the SRM6, that's how many missiles it can land. So an SRM6, if it hits, can have anywhere between 1 or 6 missiles hit. Each one of those missiles only does 2 damage, but each one separately rolls for a chance to deal a critical. So we are crit procking. We are trying to get critical hits on this guy's center torso, knock out his gyro, cause him to fall on his ass, pop his engine, cause him to fall on his ass. Uh, if we destroy his center torso, well, we don't take salvage home on this one anyway, so that's also good. Over here, I got this guy in pretty excellent range, so I am going to be crit procking with LRM-15s. Now, because LRMs cluster in 5s, that means an LRM-5 cannot really crit proc. It can just do, as much damage as up to a medium laser, as low as there's nothing else in the game that can do just 1 damage. Not even machine guns, those do at least 2. So, that kind of sucks, but hey, it's better than nothing. Over here, we wanted to keep that AC5 thundering, that medium laser. This thing is just extremely heat efficient. And let's see what we do. Let's see. AC5 from the enemy Scorpion lands on my Trebuchet. That thing has been uncannily accurate, but hopefully we can knock it out this turn. Enemy Shadowhawk gets an AC5 on me, gets a through armor critical on my center torso. I am not a fan of that, but fortunately comes to no effect. Our Shadowhawk misses the PPC. That's just not dialed in correctly. LRM5 manages to hit again, dealing 3 damage and doing a bit of motive system damage. This thing can now only move at half speed. It's going to be even easier to catch. I think that thing took a little bit of motive system damage earlier. Our Wolverine mauls into the side of the Shadowhawk, and this is what I was talking about with crit procking. We've got 5 of those missiles that hit. We managed to hit left torso rear, rolled for crits, successful crits, hit on its AC5, thing explodes, that enemy Shadowhawk is no more. It combusts like crazy. And looks like the Mech Warrior manages to eject, but then a bunch more hits go off, none of which proc any additional crits because they just kind of pop all over. But hey, damage is done. That thing is out of action. Trebuchet, haha, fuck you, Pegasus, and your SRM6s. You go straight into the dirt, sir. when we immobilized you and destroyed your engine to make you immobile and did major damage to make you immobile. You are triple immobile. Stay right there. You are now a permanent fixture on this planet. We will erect a statue in your honor. And Hermes, wow, manages to miss his AC5 that he's really good at again, but, manages to get other shots, but it's on a target that's already fucking dead, so who cares? But this is why I'm glad I positioned like this, because now that we took out that Shadowhawk, we can aim all of our kicky goodness right on top of this tasty little tank and see if we can't take it the fuck out, and you bet your ass we can. We step on its turret, and then step on its turret. We destroy its stabilizer, which is actually interesting. We did not destroy the tank itself, we just popped the head off of it. It's got no main gun anymore. I mean, it didn't after the Wolverine kicked it. So, you know, fuck that thing. We kicked its head right off. There are no enemy mechs left on the field, only a couple of vehicles, and most of those are packing weapons that, okay, they're a moderate threat. Let's not underestimate that Scorpion light tank's AC6 or AC5. The Pegasus is going to get ejected though. Yep, they're out. So that's only one enemy left. Only real way to take care of this, do not be scared. Move up on tank. You rush tank. You get up close to tank. You do not give concern for life or well-being of all of your allies. You rush to the tank, you put C4 on the tank. Then the tank explodes. Vasily, you must do this. For the motherland. There's not really a Russian faction, near as I can recall, in BattleTech. Nothing really obvious. It's not like Iron Kingdoms. Wait, what's that called? War Machine with Kador. Uh, but we'll make our very own little Russian faction right here. Maybe you could call it a red faction. Actually, I don't know if anyone's going to, in fact, that's not even junk. It's just like an extremely vague reference. That's really bad. Anyway, I think I'm just gonna once again do a lot of heat dumping because I feel like if I actually manage to take this sucker out, this is effectively the last turn because there is no enemy contact. We made a breakthrough because we broke all the enemies. We literally tore them to pieces. So I'm gonna accept a little bit of overheating this turn. Uh, no point in the LRM-15s this close. Hermes 2 gets to fire everything. See if that AC5 manages to miss again. PPC, no point in that LRM5. So what do we got? Well, good. I'm just gonna skip ahead in this. They managed to put one last slap on the center torso of my Wolverine, but then after that they are destroyed like dozens of times over. So go to hell, you Draconis bastards. There's nothing left for us to fight. This is slash victory. Our first board wipe of the campaign, and it feels good. We took a lot more damage than I'd love to take, especially on our Wolverine. We didn't take any. Okay, we did take some significant damage there in terms of internal stuff that'll need to be fixed. And we got popped in the head a bunch, which is going to be some wounds on my pilot. I'm not happy about those because if we have an early encounter, that means that one of my pilots will be going in wounded. But we really managed to kind of leverage our shots. We focus fired well. The enemy fire starter made a bad decision, put itself in a position where it could get hit by a lot of our guys, and we followed up on it. Enemy Shadowhawk played it a little more safe, but ultimately got greedy, tried to hit one of our tried to get at our trebuchet, and we immediately turned to counter that and slapped him straight in the ass. And from there, it was just a matter of finalizing. By the time he turned his rear end to us, he was already just begging for it to end. With these guys following their programming pretty well, not surrendering to the enemy, not getting stuck in a quagmire, and because we kind of attacked aggressively, they got away, and they are now safe. All of our units break through. The we'll have to do a little bit of repair and rearm, but we are in a good position to see how things will go for the next mission. I'll see you then.